Hi, it's Carrie B, Scentsy Director with Team Wickless Chili Peppers, and I wanted to give some tips to our group in regards to what I always share on the Monday Night Live call, and that is use what you have. There's no need to spend money, and especially we're trained, you don't need to spend money before you make money. So I wanted to highlight a few of the things or give some visual to a few of the tips that we're sharing on the different calls and various calls, and especially on my Monday Night Live call. I also wanted to remind each and every one of you that there are so many tools available on the Make It Happen tool website that you can tap into. And that information is included in the emails that you receive each week for the call, about the calls. That information for how to get on the websites are at the bottom of those emails, and they come from Becca Levi at beccalevi.com. So make sure that you are tapping into those. And if you're not receiving those emails, make sure you're checking your junk mail, or that you send an email and let them know that you're not receiving the emails. And as it was shared with us recently, if you opt out of any communication that gives you that option, then you've opted out of all the communication. So that may be another reason why you're not receiving it. So use the website, Make It Happen tools, to ensure that you are maximizing and using all the tools that they have made available to us. We love y'all. Okay. One of the number one things that you've been hearing about lately, especially with the excuse busting going on, is the lottery tickets, or better known as the door prize slips, right? They come forward to a page. You can download these off of the Make It Happen Tools website. And then you can, you cut them up and they'll be in this kind of size. And if you don't have colored ink, you print them in black and white. And that's what, as I share on the calls, highlighters and colored pens are for. You can doll them up and make them look amazing if you don't have any ink. See, we're excuse busting, right? So no ink, no colored ink, no problem. If you no ink, like colored ink, then you would just highlight it, right? If you don't have any ink, then maybe you team up, or you let your sponsor know, hey, you know what, I have my own paper, or I have this, could you print some out for me? Ask the question. Or maybe your budget is you can go down to Staples and you can get $5 worth printed or what have you. So stay within your lane, stay within your budget, and use what you have. Look around. You have plenty of things in your home, and that's what we're going to talk about on this call. But a few more little tips that are available. I like to attach something to my teasers other than just a label or my business card. I always like to give something. So you guys know I make little things to attach, little sayings that you can attach. And they're paper, you guys. They're paper. You can use cardstock to make them a little firmer. You can print them in colored or black and white. It doesn't matter. But the point is that use what you got. If you don't have colored paper and you only have white paper, again, that's when your highlighters and your colored pens come into place, okay? I do the same thing for my labels. If I don't have money to purchase labels, or it's not in the budget, I use the templates, and I have several templates that I'm going to show you. So, like for my Velada labels, here's what I make for my Velada labels. And if I don't have the money for the labels, these are actually labels, then I'll print them out on paper, and I'll cut them out, and I'll show you what that looks like. What it would look like in the bag. Ones I use for my Scentsy fragrance. And then I also have templates for the bars. And the difference in the two labels are the labels that I just showed you, those are 30 count. And these are 80 to a sheet. And I like to use these for my bars and my teasers, because I can get so many, without what I feel like wasting the money or what have you. So the return address labels that come 80 to a page. This is the Office Depot brand, which I typically purchase because it's cheaper than the Avery brand, but it gives you the equivalent to Avery 8167. It always gives you that equivalent. Great to buy in bulk. And also, and then of course I have the Avery here because I keep my folders. If you see this is old and raggedy, but this is the Easy Peel 8160 for the return, and there's only 30 to a page on these, okay? But those are my Avery labels, and so this is the 30 to a page size, and this is the 80 to a page size, and so you can kind of see the difference, right? So I use these on my bars, and if I'm doing vendor fairs or events where I'm probably going to give out more things than I normally would or could receive contact information for, and I use these for my catalogs and my larger warmers and my recruiting packets and things like that, okay? So that hopefully that gives you a good visual. So you said, well, Carrie, you mentioned that when you don't have labels, you print them out on paper. And this is what I do. I stick the label right in here in the baggie, and then I just put my sample inside as well. And that's how I do it when I don't have any, when I don't have labels, like sticker labels. When I do, I can use the smaller ones. And then here's my little teaser, my little saying that I like to attach. And I have my information on here. And there's my sample. I also do it like this attached to my join. I'll attach a sample like that with my label. So there's different things you can do. You get the baggies. They come like this. And you get these from Walmart. And again, the size you want to get are the 2-inch by 3-inch. That'll get you this size. And then the size that's up from this, they cost $2 a bag. And those are larger, especially with the new molds that just came out. You do need the larger bag. And then you could put your business card in those as well. And or, you know, just, again, your piece of paper, because I've done that as well too. So hopefully that gives you a visual on what I'm talking about. If you don't have any ink or you don't have anything, just print them out. And then this is what the label can look like on my bar. Sorry, it's crooked, but you don't have to be perfect to be powerful, right? So that is as far as the printing and stuff. So remember, it doesn't have to be in colored ink. You can make it look great and pizzazz. Add your flavor to it. I had this was sitting on my desk at my old office, and I actually had written on here, inbox, right? So I use this now. I just turn it around, and I put this on my tables at vendor events, and this is where people drop their door price slips in, you know. So again, something I already had, I could just use. Before, since he came out with the nice clipboard packs, this was my clipboard. So in the middle here would be the door price slips. And then I had just put stickers on here to kind of give it some pizzazz. I put my label on the back. And that's what I had. And then I was able to afford to purchase these that came out, which I love because you could use them cross-brand. I really love that. So again, using what I have. I go as far as at work or when people mail me things, I try to save my envelopes. And I cut them open very strategically. So here, this is already folded over. You can see the little crease where it was already folded over and sealed. Can you see that right there? And I just cut it open very strategically. And then when I reuse this, I will just put my tape right here, fold it over and seal it. And I cut it to make it look neat. But then I have a nice padded envelope that I can reuse. So look out for things like that, you guys, because as your teams grow and you start offering incentives and things, you'll need things to mail things out with. And there's nothing wrong with recycling and reusing. I get all kind of free bags and things at vendor fairs. So now when I go to vendor events at my job, I'm not looking for, I love getting the pins because I can always use the pins. But this makes a perfect, I put the teasers in here with the catalog, and I love it. It's a perfect mini basket party. I'm always looking for little things that I can use in my business when I go to events that they have at my job. This bag came from the dollar store. I have several of these, and I give them out as incentives as well. And again, a plug-in fits in here perfectly, a couple catalogs. I make this into a mini basket party, and it's amazing. Also, I don't have it right here in front of me, but you know the little desk calendars, and I know you know which ones I'm talking about. They are, where'd that door price slip go? They are, where'd my door price slip go? Okay. I'll just fold this. But they're desk calendars, and they are about this size, right? And each day you peel off one, next day you peel off one, next day you peel off one. Well, they're usually on these little black stands. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Save those stands. It's the perfect little stand that then you could put a little laminated sign and stick it on the back of there. Or stick it on the front there, and then you have a little stand, and you could say help wanted, or ask me how to join my team, or what have you. You have to start thinking like that. Like, what do I have that I already can use? Is my husband good at wooding and makes, he's a craftsman and he makes things out of wood, and he has blocks left. Well, you could take those blocks, spray them purple and green or black or whatever color, glitzy bling, and then you could attach signs to those. So you think like that. Another thing I'll tell you that I used to do, because I didn't, again, budget. I had a lot of clear packing tape because I ship things all the time for holidays and just different things. I would take this, if this was a sign, and well, here, this sign, I would take a sign like this, and I would lay the packing tape, like 1 strip, 2 strips, and then I turn it over and lay a strip, 1, 2, 3, so it'll be protected. Then I cut off the edges, and it'd be laminated. It'd be protected anyway, and that's what I did until I was able to afford to go and get things laminated. So you see, you think outside the box. Sometimes you see these little foam frames and little foam things at the dollar store and at the clearance at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. These are great to put little signs in. Again, they're just got little foam backing. It's one of the signs that I printed off of the Make It Happen Tools website. And here's the Help Wanted one. So again, I plan on adding a little more, embellish to these, but for now they work. Before I got these, or even this one, you can find these at Target. They're little writing boards. I just never took off the plastic. And I use these at my shows. They're very sturdy, see? Very sturdy, and I use these at my shows for people to write on, They work perfect. I put a little paper clip here with the door prize slip on it, and or the order form and the door prize slip, and it works perfect at your parties. I received this bucket. It was full of flowers. It had a little plastic insert in it. Well, now I use it for my pins and things at my shows. Again, I could embellish it and add some things. I'm just really simple, but, again, it's things you can use. This stand was someone gave this to me. I was sitting next to someone at a conference, and they had bought it as an idea, and they said, thank you for being so nice and putting up with me, getting up and down, and they handed it to me. It's a 2-sided sign, you guys. I mean, look for these things. So when you're out, or you're at garage sales, or your friends are cleaning out their office, or your company's clearing out and doing a cleanup day and throwing things out, look at those binders and folders and things that you could maybe say, you know what, I could use that in my business. So just the whole point of the video is to get you to think outside the box, look around your home, and look and see what you do have and use that before you start spending money. Because believe me, it gets costly when you have all the cutesy great things. That's great, but we're in the business of making money. We're in the business of, and what I mean by making money, I don't mean it's all about the money. I'm saying we're in the business of sharing this amazing opportunity, changing lives, which as a result of those massive actions will result in income for you. And the point of the video is for you to make money before you spend money. So look around and be creative, and stay in your lane, stay in your budget. All the great ideas that are shared on Facebook and YouTube are amazing. But remember, when you close the door at night, you have to deal with the things and the choices that you make. So stay in your lane, get creative, and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want any of those templates, you'll need to send me an email. And I'll reply to the email and attach the template for you to use. All right, guys, go out there and make it happen. Love you.